How's it going, folks? It is Doctor McFarland, and today I was a little late. I was doing some car maintenance type stuff, and then here very shortly after this stream, I need to go run some errands, and I got no kids the rest of this week, so I'm actually going out of town tomorrow. So I gotta get some stuff done, make some videos, send off some things in the mail, and uh, yeah, finish up the week strong. So, but I did want to go live today because I saw that Line 6 released their Proxy software, which is very cool. And we're going to check out the website here in a second. I'm not sure why I have like this hueish kind of thing going on. Maybe it's like a weird cable. I don't know. I feel like I have this aura around me. It looks kind of weird. We're gonna see. There is a 1.3 release today, and I'm trying to find on the Line 6 website where the details are of that. Okay, so there's a new video up, which is cool. Let's see. Let me switch over to this other view. Maybe this looks horrible. Wow. Let's see what I can do. Video source. Nope, not that one. I guess it's this one. None. Okay. Da, 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 da. Let's move this thing around a little bit. Not the worst, but not the best. Slide this over. Okay. We're good. So you can barely see this, but there's a little dot right there in the hamburger menu. And this means there is a download available. So let's go ahead and download this thing. Helix Stadium 1.3. This update includes five new Agora amp channels from 2 new amps. Line 6's new Proxy cloning engine, additional features and improvements. And Andrew's in the house. What's up, Andrew? I gotta ship something to you later today. Bug fixes and is strongly recommended for all Helix Stadium users. So, the new amp is the Matchstick 30, channels 1 and 2, and jump channels. So that's a total of 3, based on the Matchless DC30, and a Mandarin Rock 3, normal and overdrive channels based on the Orange Rock Reverb 100 MK3. Wow. Okay. The cloning stuff, Proxy Cloning Engine 1.3 introduces Phase 1 of Line 6's all-new Proxy Cloning Engine, which lets you capture the virtual DNA of your favorite gear. Cab IRs per snapshot, as with Helix HX, different cab IRs in the Stadium can now be recalled per snapshot. Wow, that's pretty cool. Song flag automation. Select flags are now correctly recalled any point in the song instead of only engaging when passing the flag's locations. Wow, okay. MIDI note flags, MIDI recall and playlist songs and markers, MIDI control of song playback, global settings. Okay, cool. Improvements, bug fixes in 1.3, numerous improvements and many bug fixes, and this see the full release Helix Stadium release notes on line6.com for details. Well, I'm trying to find that on the. You must be logged in to download updates. Okay, fine. Log in with username. Let me go do this real fast. How about that? So using the touch screen. Typing it in. I think it's my actual email. .com. And then my password. Hopefully this is correct. Log in. Please, cross your fingers. Cross them fingers, man. Okay, send me back to the home page. Let's go back to downloads. Download now. Okay, it's downloading. So, here we are. We're going to download the software. It probably shouldn't take too long to do it. But as we wait, let me grab a guitar. All right, so this is one half of the Avocado Brothers. This is a 6-gun TL from Reverend. I did switch out the pickups for DiMarzio Area 51 and 61 models. And we're going to have something like this. I am plugged into the headrush core at the moment. And wow. And this rig has a super reverb, and it also has the Angle Powerball, the PB lead channel, high lead channel. Okay, pretty cool. So I got a video I'm going to work on tonight, which is going to be called "Who Does It Better?" And I'm going to shoot out the Fractal, the Line 6, the Headrush, and it's kind of all I have, right? Fractal, Stadium XL, Headrush. And the Towmaster Prep. I have 4 of them I'm going to do. We're just going to go through the gamut of, how to create a preset, how to switch out amps, how to assign things to switches, just all the different stuff. So hopefully they'll be entertaining for somebody out there. And but yeah, I got super reverb. And I'm currently going on 11%. It should speed up here pretty fast, or pretty soon. So there's clean. Here's the tremolo. And then here's my rhythm, which is now switching over to the Angle Powerball, and we got this kind of sound. Now, these DiMarzio pickups are humbucking, but they still have a single coil type sound to them. So I'm not getting that really tight mid-rangey punch that I would from a humbucker, but it still sounds really good. So okay, so we got all that, and then go back to our clean, and we got a nice super reverb. So now you're not seeing this, but I'm switching over to bank B on the headrush core, and actually that's giving me different. It's giving me something different. I'm gonna switch over to not the super reverb, the Mod Deluxe. That's what I want. Okay. So these two banks essentially give me a Mod 40, which is the Mod Deluxe amp with the gain set to 40. Okay, let's turn my reverb back on. Okay, line 6 is at 22%, so we'll see how long this takes. Okay, so there's my clean tone from the same amp. And Fractal's going to have a very similar workflow, because Fractal actually gives you 4 different channels per block. And essentially you can say, I want one amp, but I'm going to have my certain settings, my clean settings on channel A, my slightly crunchy settings for channel B, my even more crunchy slash, rhythm stuff on channel C, and then my leads can be like just full bore, gain and whatever else. And you don't technically have to have 4 different amps. You just have the same amp, and you just change your channels, and there's gapless switching between all the channels, and it's pretty glorious. On the Headrush, you have to do something called a block preset, where you have to go in, figure out your settings, and then store that as a block preset, and then change your settings again, store another preset, change your settings again, another preset. You can make as many presets as you want, but you only have so many scenes that you can use to recall those in a rig, which is what Headrush calls a preset, just like Fractal and Line 6 and Quad Cortex, Fender Toadmaster Pro, just whatever. So rigs, presets, same concept. And then as far as verbiage goes, as far as scenes, Headrush has scenes. Toadmaster Pro and Quad Cortex have scenes. The Line 6 Helix and the Stadium XL are the only ones that call them snapshots. But it's essentially the same thing. It's a preset within a preset. So if you're looking around the market for, different modeling options and you're confused on which one to get, first of all, go with what's in your budget, first of all. And then, look at all the features and see what you can get within that budget. And you should be good for life. I mean, there's really no reason to have 5 or 6 different modeling units that all cost anywhere from $1,500 to $2,000 each. Therefore, you can have a good used car if you were to go out and buy all the modeling units, instead of going out and buying all the modeling units. There's a lot of players out there that, if you just keep it simple, if you're trying to replace your tube amp and your pedal board, you can literally have the mindset of, okay, I'm going to just choose the model of the same amp I'm currently using, and then try to add the same pedals that you currently have on your pedal board. And you might have 3 drive pedals. You might have a tremolo and a phase 90. You might have some Strymon stuff, and you can essentially recreate those same sounds with a digital modeler and still come out way cheaper in the long run, because I know those Strymon pedals cost a lot of money, $300 to $400 each, depending on if you buy it used or new. Most drive pedals nowadays go from anywhere from $100 to $200, once again, depending on what you get. And then having the ability to, now I have to plug all those pedals into a switcher so I can get different combinations of on and off states. And yes, Andrew, Fractal is called scenes, just like pretty much every other unit. The only unit that doesn't call them scenes is Line 6, and they call them snapshots. That's the way it is. So we're currently on 44%. So I'm not sure what time I started this, but you're seeing how long it takes to at least download this update. No, I am in my detached garage. The studio's in a detached garage. So the main internet signal's coming from the house, bouncing between a few different Google Mesh devices, and then the internet gets to my studio. So it may not be as snappy or as quick as what you're seeing maybe on your end if you're sitting in your living room and you have way better Wi-Fi signal than I do. But yeah, I don't know what I was talking about, but yeah, I just lost my train of thought. It's fine. All right, so that's a clean tone, and I can pull in that block preset from literally any other rig that I make on the Headrush. I only have to make it once, and I just keep pulling in that file. So here's the mod 60, and I'm still on this is on the bridge pickup here. going to turn this down just a little bit. All right, so it's still relatively clean, but now we've added just a little bit of hair and grit to our sound. If I go to my neck pickup, still sounds good. And then if I go to the mod 100, here's the full bore gain on 100. Now, with all that said, that is only one amp that's relatively, you know, it's Fendery, so it's relatively clean, but you can push it to get more grit, okay? And if I was playing a humbucker guitar, which let me go ahead and switch that out. You can see what I'm talking about. But say goodbye to the one of the Avocado Brothers. Avocado brother, brother, brother. I'm now picking up the Sensei, which is another Reverend model. And I've had this guitar for roughly, I want to say like 8 years, maybe 6 years, 7 years, 8 years. I might not be in tune. Let me check my tuning. I'm talking really Southern today. I do get the occasional comment. This is no joke. If you're just now, if you've ever come across my channel, I do get the occasional comment going, "Why is this guy drunk? You should probably stay off the bottle when you're making videos." Like just stupid comments. I'm like, dude, I was born in Alabama. I got a Southern drawl, and I talk slow. I'm sorry. I think it's hilarious. I really do. My feelings aren't even hurt anymore. I haven't cried myself to sleep in months. No, I'm good. Okay, so now we switch over to a humbucker, and that same mod 100 setting that I had using the single coils, I'm now getting a little bit more grit, a little bit more punch through the amp. So. Cool. All right, now I'm going to bypass this amp. I know you can't see anything that I'm doing, but it's fine. I'm going to bypass the amp, and now I'm switching over to my high gain amps, and these are actually in stereo, so we get this kind of sound. And I'm actually hearing that a little bit more in my right ear than my left ear. So what I'm going to do is go to my output level and bring this up a tad. Once again, what is he doing? I don't even know what he's doing. Yeah, so there we go. Now, at this point, what I can do is I can go into my scenes, and I can say, okay, these two scenes are going to be my clean and then clean with trim. Then the last two scenes can be my more high gain type stuff. And I can also kick in my delay. I just changed keys. I can also turn on my detune and get more of an 80s lead sound. Yes, I stayed in the same key that time. It's amazing, folks. Ooh, boy. That sounds nice, don't it? Don't it? It sounds pretty. Turn this clean amp back on. Go to my mod 40. A clean tone. See if we can make this detune a little bit more prominent. Let's turn up the mix. Now, what's the difference between a detune and a chorus pedal? Really not much, honestly. This detune is going down 15 cents and it's going up 15 cents. And I have the mix somewhere at 30%. If I go full 100%, I am delaying these by 30 milliseconds. So if I bring it down to 1 millisecond, we got this. Okay, so a little bit of detune. If I make it even more prominent, let's just go like stupid detune. Uh-oh, I'm at 98% here. Let's bring the mix back down to 50%. So we can get the dry signal in there. Now, that's a little too much for me. I'm going to bring this down to 15-ish. 15-ish. Okay, update ready. So what was it doing? Oh, it was literally just downloading all that time. Okay, it's starting update. So all that time was just for downloading the software. Now we're getting to where we can actually update it. So maybe it won't take that long. Maybe. That's hilarious. Yeah, do not show up to a gig and be like, "Oh, I got a new update. Let's just go ahead and update right now at using the venue's Wi-Fi." It's like, no, do not do that. Play your gig, go home, give it a day or two, then update your hardware or software. Yeah, so I like that. Just a very gentle detune. I'll go back. I'm going to make this. Let's bring up the milliseconds a whole lot here. Let's do this. Okay, something like that. Let's go back to our high gain, high-ish. That's interesting. Yes, it is. Let's go back. Let's make it be the longest milliseconds on one side here. All right, so now with the detune, you're getting this weird like offset pitch kind of deal, but then I'm delaying that by quite a bit amount. That doesn't make any sense. And so let's go like shorter on one side and longer on the other. Okay, I'm gonna bring down the mix level. Okay, with this, I'm going to, let's bring this up a little bit more. Let's go back to 40%. Okay, with that said, I'm going to save this as a preset. I'm going to call it Doc. What am I going to call it? I'm going to call it Long. Wow. Detune. I know this is entertaining. Okay, now I'm going to bring it back to my the default setting here. Cool. I actually want to bring that mix down a little bit. Okay, I'll go ahead and save this one. So I'm going to override my default and change it to something else. So now I have that one, and I have, there's like an out of tune one. Bring the mix down on it. All right, that's pretty interesting. Here's like a strong one. All right, for those who are just now joining in, I have downloaded the new firmware update onto the Helix Stadium XL, and now it just is going through this install process of it has to shut down, it's got to reboot, and it's got to do this and that, and, you know, whatever. So I feel like this has been taking maybe 15 minutes to update this thing. Yeah. Anyway, I like the let's do the default detune option there. I'll save that. I'll turn on my glorious drive. And let's go crank this right now. Okay. So I got the glorious drive that can be turned on and off. So I have a clean amp with one overdrive on and a delay. I technically have an EQ in here and my my detune pedal, which I'm now turning off. Go to the Mod 100. Okay. I'm now done with the headrush. Let's plug into the Helix Stadium XL. I've had this big shot ABY switcher So my plan is to be able to plug my guitar input into the main input and then have 2 different modeling units on my desk and then just run an A output and a B output to the inputs of each respective unit. So then that way I don't have to like crawl around the back of the units and try to plug my guitar into like the main inputs of one or the other. I can just literally just hit toggle and toggle between them. Which I will figure out. I'll get that going here. I probably need to make either some custom cables or just find some really short cables I can order off of Amazon or something. Because I really only need, like, to get from here to here, it only needs to be maybe like 12 inches. But then to get around, I need that one to be like probably 2 feet. So I can get up and around this other one, and you can't really see what I'm doing, but it's fine. All right, let me put my guitar down. Actually, I don't need to. I'll just do this. So I'm going to unplug my guitar in and then go over here like that. Let's just make a brand new preset with the Stadium XL. So you can get a gist of what we're talking about here. So I actually like this preset. I'm going to hit save and then save as new. And we'll call this doc matched. Okay, so let's check out a matchless amp. I think I do need to tune, but it'll be fine for now. I technically have 3 amps in here, so let's get rid of the second one. Let's just drag it down. Okay, so we're going to replace the clarity amp, and we're going to go up, and we're going to find that Matchstick 30. Bada bing. Okay, cool. This one does have actually has 3 channels on it. So we got channel 1, channel 2, and we got jumped. So here's channel 2. Cool. And some of these presets I've been trying to force 3 different amps into, but honestly, if you just had 1 amp and then use your snapshots to go between your channel 1, channel 2, and jumped, then that's definitely a way to do it. Okay. Let's see how this works. If I go to my trim, okay, let's go to my clean snapshot and let's put the amp back on channel 1. Okay, what we're going to have to do now is going to turn on these push and turn, the level and the drive and the channel. We can go to the focus channel and move some things around that way, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. So just clean, drive, and level. Let's turn down the drive, make it a little cleaner. We will keep the channel 2 as our main drive option. Okay, so that's that one. My clean. Turn that down for my trim. Okay. Do that. My rhythm sound is now going to be channel 2. and we'll crank that up. Yeah, Andrew, it does take about a minute for the Stadium XL to boot up. Which, if you're playing live and this thing goes down, I mean, you're gonna miss like half the song if you're waiting for it to boot up, which is not that great. All right, so we're gonna keep those settings. I wish there was a way to keep these settings here and then go to the crunch channel, but then it wants to change, which I don't like. So I'm not sure why that was doing that. So now my overdrive turns on, which is a tube screamer. Lemon Lust. That all depends on what you want. Okay. I had the Quad Cortex about 2 years ago, and I just couldn't get on with it. For me, it was almost too small, trying to cram all those switches into like a smaller unit. I think a better option, if you're wanting to go for a Quad Cortex, is actually get a Toemaster Pro. But there's a caveat to that. If you're actually wanting to, profile, capture, do all that kind of stuff, proxy. If you're wanting to capture amps and pedals, then yes, get a Quad Cortex, get a Helix Stadium, or even a Stadium XL. The Stadium will do proxy as well. It just doesn't have the scribble strips, and it doesn't have the treadle, the expression pedal here. But if you really have to have, well, also the Headrush does capturing. So if you have to have capture tech, profile tech, I mean, obviously get a Kemper. Profiling is for the Kemper. If you have to have that stuff, then get Headrush, Helix, Stadium, or Quad Cortex, or Kemper. If you have to have a touchscreen, don't get a Kemper. Or a Fractal, for that matter. Okay? They're both fine. They're both great, but they don't have a touchscreen, so it is what it is. Now, is the Helix Stadium XL $500, $600 better than the QC? No, it's not. But if you don't need the showcase option, then it is what it is. I think a lot of people are getting the QC to put on a pedal board along with other pedals. If you look at Rhett Scholl's tour rig that he uses for the new band he's in, it's an old band that he's now a part of. You kind of can combine it with other stuff, which is great. The Stadium XL is slightly bigger than a QC, and it kind of takes the place of like a full pedal board. You literally don't need any external devices or pedals or anything to go with a Stadium XL. So if you have to have showcase, if you have to have capture tech like proxy, if you have to have all the other features that Stadium XL comes with, then I would get a Stadium XL over a Quad Cortex, even though it's more expensive. Now, if you want to get something in the same price range, then just get the Stadium, but you're going to be losing the scribble strips, which is the QC does not have anyway, and you're going to be losing the expression pedal, which also the QC does not have anyway. So you got to add those on for that price, for around the $17.99 Stadium price. But other than that, I mean, I've said it for a few months now, and I'll say it again. You're not buying these units because they sound better. One sounds better than the other. You're getting it for the feature set and the workflow and whatever else. So if you enjoy the Fractal workflow and you don't mind not having a touchscreen, then it's a great unit, and it can do anything and everything you'd ever want to do. Okay. The Headrush core that I have on my desk I got used on Marketplace for $450. This thing, I used it yesterday for my guitar lesson for teaching a student, and I put on a drum backing track because it has drums built in. And it was great to practice along with that and playing along with drums versus just like a metronome or something, which is really cool. So anyway, so there's that. Crunch, crunch. Here's my lead sound. And for this one, I'm going to turn that off. Go ahead and hit save. And for this amp, I'm going to change it from the electric over to that new Mandarin Rock 3. Okay, so check this out. I'm a little out of tune, but I'll deal with it. Now, the Mandarin Rock also has a normal and an overdrive channel. So for my lead one snapshot, I'm going to put it on the normal channel. I'm going to turn on the snapshot ability of these settings here and bring my level down. This one has an attenuator on it, which is stupid sick. Overdrive master. See, I have to lean over because these knobs are blocking what the words are saying on the screen, which is dumb. But it is what it is. So. Okay, let's say I want to turn up the drive on this. I will turn down my bass. Okay. So we're going to save that and then go to my lead channel. Then it switches over to the overdrive. I'll turn the gain down, turn the bass down, turn the level down. Actually, turn the level back up. Okay, so there's my lead. Go back to my ambient sound. Make sure this Mandarin Rock is off. Going back to this amp. Turn this down. Okay, this is my swell. Turn that down. What's happening here? Turn that off. Trim. Oh, I switched amps halfway through setting these up, so I gotta go back and turn those off. Okay, so my crunch. Turn that off. Save. Crunch. Turn that off. Save. My lead. Interesting. Yes, I totally agree, Andrew. The foot switches are way too close. And that's why I said the Toastmaster Pro is a lot better option if you're wanting something in the same size, but it still has scribble strips. It doesn't have any capture tech to it, which it doesn't matter if that's not what you need. But for the size of the Toastmaster Pro, and it has scribble strips, and it has all the gapless switching between presets and scenes and all the stuff, Toastmaster Pro is really hard to beat. But I also like the Fractal because it has those essentially 8 different layouts you can choose from. So you can go from your preset layout to your scenes layout to your stomp or your stomp layout, and totally make customizable foot switches and do all kinds of crazy stuff with it. So the one thing that these units don't do that Fractal does do is the control. I think they call them like controllers, and you can make it to where if you're playing soft, you can have the mix of the delay be down, but then when you start playing harder, it'll bring in that mix automatically, which is sick. Or same goes for like pitch. If you're playing like lower notes, it'll like have your delay kind of be low in the mix, but if you start playing higher notes, it'll now bring up that delay mix, and all based on what you're playing. So you can play soft or hard or low notes or high notes, and it'll just it'll do all the stuff for you. It's really sick. There's no other unit that does that. So if you're getting in the Fractal because it literally can do anything your mind can imagine, then that's why you're buying Fractal. If you don't need that, and you just need what the Headrush provides, then go get a Headrush. If you have to have Showcase, then go get a Stadium XL and use Showcase for that. But more than likely, if you look at these other rigs of like the big time stars or just big time arena guitar players playing for major artists, they're using a computer sending out MIDI to control their fractals and their Kempers and their Headrushes and their quad cortexes and whatever else. So they have a separate device for that, and it's not built into the unit, which is what Showcase essentially is. Showcase, really, if you want to justify the price, you are buying a separate computer, or not really, but like just think of it this way. You're buying one device that has multiple processes in it that replaces a separate computer and replaces your whole MIDI switching rig and replaces all this different stuff. So yes, it's more expensive, but you can get rid of all these other devices in your rig that you would have to spend extra money on just to be able to do like a Showcase type thing. So yeah, the money is justified for sure. Could they have made it a little bit cheaper? It's really hard to say, but I mean, for $2,200, what you're getting with the Stadium XL, if you have to have Showcase, if you have to be able to run and change your lighting from your floor device, because why not, then yes, you get the Stadium XL and you're going to be happy with it. Okay? Yeah, so in one preset here, I got my dock matched, my trim, my rhythm, which changes over to channel, the overdrive channel of the amp, and then my crunch, which is not that different, my lead, which is the normal channel of the orange amp now. Okay, then my lead 2. Okay. Now you can do the same thing with Fractal. You can have 2 different amp blocks in your preset, and then have up to 8 different amp choices or 8 different amp settings within those 2 blocks in a preset, and it's pretty cool. It's really cool. But with all these other units other than Fractal, you have to have separate amp blocks, and you have to be able to have a way to change amp settings via snapshots or scenes or whatever else. I just know with the Fractal, it's not technically easier, but maybe as like a mindset kind of thing, you're switching between amp channels that can be the same amp with different settings, or it can be 8 totally different amps. So if you wanted a Vox and a Marshall and a Fender and an Orange and a Mesa Boogie and a Bogner and I'm trying to think of all the different amps out there. Whatever. All the different amps out there. Angles and all the different Fender amps and all the whatevers. Same goes for your drive pedals. You got, wow, that was weird. You got 2 different drive blocks, but between those 2, you can have 8 different drives. So you can have your Tube Screamer and your Klon and your Angry Charlie from JHS, which is a new one that they just added in there about 6 months ago or so, maybe a year ago, whatever it was. And let's see what else. All the different drive pedals, just whatever they are. Okay. Seek the Tone, what's up, man? Haven't seen you here before. Welcome to the channel. Which feels better or more amp-like in the room? And other fingers, Stadium or Tonemaster Pro? I have actually played both of these. What I do is I take a line out. I'm not the XLR out, but the line out into the effects return of a Quilter amplifier, which is the Aviator Cub. And I think both of them sound great. Honestly, they both sound great. I can't really tell. I can't tell a huge difference like under the fingers. They both feel good playing. They both sound good to the ear. Now, I mean, you could, you could technically go through a tube amplifier and into the effects return of a tube amp. And yeah, it would now be more tubey instead of being solid state on the back end. You'd have more actual power amp tubes, power amp soak happening with a tube amp. But once again, as far as tones go, I think all of them sound great. That's just the answer I'm going to keep saying. They all feel. I mean, the Headrush feels really good. I mean, my gosh, it's as cheap as it is. It feels really good. But you're not buying these units for necessarily the feel, because I think they all feel good. You're buying it for the features and the workflow and the size and all the connections along the back. If the Helix Stadium XL has 4 effects loops on it. The Tonemaster Pro also has 4 effects loops, but 2 of those really work better before your amp, and some work better after your amp. I know the Quad Cortex, I think the Quad Cortex has 4 effects loops on it as well. The OG Helix had 4 effects loops on it, so you can plug in different devices and whatever else on there. But yeah, I mean, I know you really want to know, you want to figure out, like, which one feels better though? Like, which one's better? It's like, dude, they all feel great. They all really just do feel great. I mean, I've lived with the Stadium XL for a few weeks now, and I don't think it sounds any better than the original. It just doesn't to me. Now, what they've done is they've taken one Mandarin Rock 3 amp, and they give you 2 different channels within that one amp, instead of having to have 2 different amp blocks and then running out of DSP, because now you're trying to put too many amp blocks on the same line. You got to split them up and all the different stuff. So I could just let's just say, for example, I'm going to screw this whole thing up here. I'm going to save. Let's do save as new. And let's go doc. Mandarin. What am I doing? Mandarin 3. And I'm going to be done here in a little bit. I'm just kind of playing around. The Mandarin 3. So now I'm going to take out this other amp. Let's just put this back up here, and we'll turn that on. So now what we can do is go to my clean. I can make this normal. Right? Maybe turn the drive down. Turn the treble up. Okay, and there's a good clean tone, right? Bring up the level a little bit. Okay, so there's that. And then I can go to my tremolo and make sure I go back. Now, one thing annoying about this is when I change different snapshots, my settings change, and I don't want them to change. I want them to be where they were. I got to turn that treble on there. Oh, I see. It's not even on. Hold on. Let's get out of that. Okay. Yeah, turn that down. Okay, so that's just for example. I'm going to get to my lead sound here and turn that over to the overdrive channel, turn the gain down because it didn't need to be up that loud. Turn the level back up. Level. Now for rock and roll, I mean, you really just need 1 amp and 2 different channels. You can get all kinds of flavor flavs from that. And then if I go to my, let me turn the drive down just a little bit more on that one. Just make it more of like a crunchy sound. Okay, from the same overdrive channel, and then go to lead 2. Turn that up. Turn up my level. So yeah, I mean, I could probably live on this preset for a very long time because I used to have an orange TH30, which is not exactly the same as a rock reverb, but it's, you know, it's in the orange family, and that amp was a beast. And it looked beautiful. It was big and orange. I had the head version. There's combo versions of it as well. I've owned 35 amps over the years. 35. Way too many. And I could probably own more if I wanted to. But if I had to repurchase something I've owned in the past, it would probably be either the TH30 or I would upgrade and get the rock reverb because the amps are just great. But with the modeling unit, you can save your settings in digital form and get all the little nuances of, like, I want clean, I want this with the attenuator on, you know, which is really cool. Which is why I keep sticking around with modeling units, because it's just way more convenient, and it gives me the instant switching capabilities that I would want to have on a regular pedal board. And just all the stuff. So turn up that attenuator. Yeah, see, the attenuator is actually bringing down the level, which is what you want it to do. So back to clean. Back to trim. Then my lead. I'm going to bring up the level of that a little bit more. I should bring down the attenuator. That'll probably help. Yeah, I don't want the attenuation to be on. What is this one on? The clean has attenuator on as well. I don't want the attenuator to be on. I want... Now with that, you could... See, there is a... Well, there's not a master on this. It's just a channel, a drive, and a level. Yeah. Cool. I like it. turn this level back up. Rock and roll. Turn this back down. All right, I'm out of tune again, but it's fine. All right, so Andrew says, I would rather use my computer and DAW. A lot less headaches. I think so. I think so, too. Indeed, we pay for the features, plus the long-term support. However, for me, among the top units, QC was feeling very sterile. Toastmaster Pro and Stadium felt more alive and amp-like, debating which of the two to buy. I don't know, man. It's going to be up to you. I do enjoy. I enjoy the Toastmaster Pro. I like that it's smaller. I typically have it up on a desk, so I don't need the expression pedal. And if I were to use it live and needed a expression pedal for like wah-wah or volume, then I have a separate expression pedal for that I can use. And the Toastmaster Pro is basically going to be like, this size, because it only has 10 switches across, and not 12 across or 6 across with 2 different rows. So it's about this size. So you're gaining about 5 to 6 inches there, by not taking up all that extra space. But if you're coming from the Line 6 world and you just want to upgrade and keep the Line 6 experience, the way you create snapshots, the way you have the touch capacitance, type stuff, which is great. You're not seeing it here, but if I go over to Stomps, I can switch between different settings just by touching the switches, which you're not going to get on any other unit. That's just, one of the cool things about Line 6. So, is that a big deal? It's not really a big deal, but it does make things it makes it pretty cool when you're wanting to adjust things on the fly. You just go touch the switch you want, go adjust, save, and you're done. So I would just buy both and then return the one that you don't want. I would just try them both out and see which I like. Most people have, Sweetwater, Zounds, they all have like a 45-day return policy. So you just buy it up and try them out and whatever. Now, if you want to be really cool, you want to help a guy out, you can use my affiliate links. They're down below in the description. I have a Amazon, Sweetwater, and Zounds. And anything you purchase through those links, especially Amazon, if you're just buying some toilet paper, just go ahead and click through my link. Toilet paper. Click through my link. I'll get a small commission based on what you purchase, and I'd appreciate it. So I do go live once a week-ish. And if you want to help support me in what I do, then that's a great way to do it. If you were going to go buy something anyways, I don't want you to go into debt like I do, like an idiot, and buy things that you just don't need or can't pay for. But they all have really good financing options. Zounds, you can finance up to a year with 0 interest. You just got to pay the monthly payment till it's paid off within that year. And then Sweetwater usually has like a 4-year, like 2 to 4 year, payment plan. So you can get like a really expensive item you can just pay for it for like $50 a month, and it wouldn't be a huge chunk out of your pocket right away. You'd just be paying for it over time. Then when you get money, you can actually pay more down onto the debt or onto the that payment to pay it down faster. But if you're in a pinch and you need the gear right now, then Sweetwater is definitely the way to go to get the lowest payment over the longest period of time. But Zounds is really good as well. And I am an official partner with Zounds.com, so I would prefer if you use them. But if you want to use Sweetwater, it's perfectly fine. Or if you don't want to click on my link at all and just buy it at midnight because you forgot and whatever, then you can do that too. All right, so I am going to go get a quick dinner. I got to go to the post office, hint, hint, and make some videos tonight. And yeah, so I've had fun today. It probably took about 20-25 minutes just to update the Stadium XL. So once again, do not do that before a gig. You want to be at home on your Wi-Fi, in the security of your home, and not be out on a gig trying to update a unit using the venue's Wi-Fi and having it take forever. And then what if your presets changed and something happens and now your gig is ruined because you decided to update before a gig, and you don't want to do that. So appreciate everyone for watching. If you are not subscribed, if you're a first-time viewer, then subscribe down below, click the bell. I do try to go live every Tuesday. There's some instances I just can't do it, but for the most part, I go live every Tuesday talking about gear, Tac-O-Bout Gear. It is Taco Tuesday, so have a taco in my honor, and with your friends, family, whoever you got around, with your dog. I don't know. Maybe you're alone and you just have a dog. I don't know. It is what it is. Seek the tone. Let me know your name and where you're from, so I can start learning my viewers. But I always forgot to. See, that's the way it is. Actually, 18%, 15 to 20% of people that watch videos aren't even subscribed. So I'm at like 18,300 subscribers right now. And I probably could have like 50,000 if all the people that watch my videos actually subscribed. But it just doesn't happen. So it's like that with big time channels as well. So you really can't fault them for that. It is what it is. But yeah, I had fun today. New Stadium XL and Stadium update released today for the Proxy. We got some new amps, and that's really about it. So pretty good day. And y'all have a great rest of your week. And I'll see you in the next video. Keep rocking.